Have you ever wondered why some people seem to command attention effortlessly? Their presence is magnetic, their absence keenly felt. You might find yourself drawn to them, thinking about them long after they've left the room. What's their secret? It's not about manipulation or playing games. It's about mastering the timeless principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to live with purpose, resilience, and virtue. Today we're diving into 12 transformative techniques rooted in Stoic wisdom. These aren't just abstract ideas, they're practical steps you can take to cultivate a presence so impactful that others naturally crave your attention. And here's the best part, this journey isn't about changing who you are, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. Stick with us until the end, where we'll uncover the most powerful principle of all, a key that unlocks a life of meaningful engagement and deep connections. Ready to make your presence unforgettable? Let's begin. 1. Cultivate self-sufficiency. What does it mean to truly stand on your own? In a world where external validation often defines self-worth, Stoicism challenges us to find strength and satisfaction within ourselves. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's greatest minds, reminds us that freedom is the only worthy goal in life. True freedom comes from self-sufficiency, being content and fulfilled, independent of others' approval. Imagine this. You walk into a room not needing anyone's attention or approval. You're not chasing validation because you've already validated yourself. This quiet confidence doesn't just make you feel powerful, it makes you magnetic. People are drawn to those who seem whole, complete in themselves. They want to be near you, learn from you, and understand the source of your self-assured calm. How do you cultivate this self-sufficiency? It begins with focusing on personal growth. What passions or skills have you always wanted to develop? Maybe it's learning a new language, mastering an instrument, or diving into a creative project. Each step you take toward mastering these skills enriches your life, making you more interesting and self-reliant. Think about the moments in your day when you seek external validation. Why do you post that picture on social media? Why do you seek reassurance in conversations? Now, ask yourself, how would your actions change if you didn't need that external validation? When you derive your worth from within, your actions are driven by genuine interest and fulfillment, not the fleeting approval of others. Building self-sufficiency doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting relationships. On the contrary, it strengthens your connections. Why? Because you're no longer leaning on others to fill gaps in your self-esteem. Instead, you bring your complete self to the table, a self that adds value, inspires, and uplifts. Consider the people in your life who exude self-sufficiency. What draws you to them? Their independence isn't cold or distant, it's empowering. You feel uplifted in their presence because they model a way of living that doesn't hinge on external forces. They inspire you to be better, simply by being themselves. As you embark on this path, remember that self-sufficiency is a journey, not a destination. It's about progress, not perfection. Each day, aim to rely a little less on external validation and a little more on your own inner strength. Over time, you'll notice a profound shift in how others perceive and respond to you. They won't just want your attention, they'll value and crave it. Now that we've laid the foundation with self-sufficiency, let's explore how mastering your emotions can further enhance your presence. 2. Master emotional equilibrium. How often do you let your emotions dictate your actions? Anger flares up and words are spoken in haste. Anxiety takes hold and opportunities slip away. Imagine, instead, navigating life with a calm, unshakable presence, a state of being where no storm can rattle your inner peace. This is what Stoicism offers. Mastery over your emotional world. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The world around us is unpredictable. People will disappoint you, plans will fall apart, and challenges will arise. But none of these things have the power to disturb your peace unless you allow them to. The true power lies in how you choose to respond. To master emotional equilibrium, start by observing your emotional triggers. What situations make you lose control? Is it a rude comment, a missed deadline, or a perceived slight? Once you've identified these triggers, practice pausing before you react. This pause, though brief, is where your power lies. In that moment, you can choose a response aligned with your values rather than driven by impulse. Picture this. You're in a tense meeting at work. A colleague criticizes your proposal. Instead of reacting defensively, you pause, take a deep breath, and respond with thoughtful composure. "Thank you for your feedback. I'd like to understand your perspective better." Your calm demeanor shifts the energy of the room. Suddenly, you're not just another participant in the meeting, you're a leader, someone others look to for stability. But mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. Stoicism teaches us that emotions are natural and can even be useful when channeled appropriately. The goal isn't to feel nothing, it's to feel deeply yet respond wisely. When you experience joy, express it sincerely but without excess. When sadness visits, acknowledge it, learn from it, and let it pass without consuming you. One powerful exercise to cultivate emotional equilibrium is daily reflection. At the end of each day, review your emotional responses. Were there moments where you lost your composure? What could you have done differently? This practice, over time, builds your emotional resilience, allowing you to face life's challenges with a steady heart and mind. Let's take this journey together. Share in the comments a moment when you successfully practiced emotional control, or a situation where you wish you had. How did it feel? What did you learn? If this insight resonates, give this video a thumbs up and let us know how mastering your emotions is transforming your life. Now that you've begun to master your internal world, it's time to turn our focus outward. Let's explore the next technique, fostering deep connections. 3. Foster deep connections. What makes a relationship truly meaningful? In a world filled with shallow interactions, deep connections are rare and precious. They're built on trust, mutual respect, and genuine understanding. Stoicism teaches us that the quality of our relationships matters far more than the quantity. A handful of deep, meaningful connections can enrich your life in ways that countless surface-level interactions never could. Epictetus reminds us, "Be careful whom you spend your time with, for you will tend to become like them." Who in your life challenges you to be better? Who listens without judgment, offers wisdom, and walks beside you through life's trials? These are the connections worth nurturing. To foster these bonds, begin by being fully present in your interactions. When was the last time you had a conversation without checking your phone or thinking about what you were going to say next? Deep connections require mindful engagement. Listen not just to hear but to understand. Pay attention to the other person's words, emotions, and body language. Imagine sitting down with a friend who's going through a tough time. Instead of offering quick solutions or shifting the conversation to your own experiences, you simply listen. You say, "Tell me more," and you let them unpack their thoughts at their own pace. This simple act of presence creates a safe space where trust and intimacy can grow. But deep connections are a two-way street. They also require vulnerability. Are you willing to share your own struggles and fears? Stoicism encourages us to embrace our humanity, to acknowledge our imperfections without shame. When you open up, you invite others to do the same, forging bonds that are authentic and enduring. It's also important to periodically reflect on the relationships in your life. Which ones uplift and inspire you? Which ones drain your energy or pull you away from your values? Stoicism teaches us to approach relationships with intentionality, choosing to invest our time and energy where it truly matters. As you cultivate these deeper connections, you'll notice something remarkable. People won't just enjoy your company, they'll actively seek it. They'll feel seen, heard, and valued in your presence, and they'll miss you when you're gone. Let's put this into practice. In your next conversation, try to be fully present. Listen deeply, ask thoughtful questions, and observe the difference it makes. If you've experienced the power of a deep connection, how did it change your life? With deep connections established, let's move forward and uncover the transformative power of genuine appreciation. 4. Show genuine appreciation. How often do we overlook the small acts of kindness and support we receive from others? In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to take people for granted. But Stoicism teaches us to live with gratitude, recognizing the value others bring to our lives. As Marcus Aurelius reflected, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. This mindset of appreciation not only enriches your own life, but also strengthens your relationships, making your presence more cherished. Genuine appreciation is more than a polite thank you. It's about truly seeing and acknowledging the efforts and contributions of those around you. Imagine the last time someone complimented your work or thanked you for something meaningful. How did it make you feel? Now, think about how often you extend that same level of sincere gratitude to others. Let's bring this to life with a simple scenario. You're at work, and a colleague helps you meet a tight deadline. Instead of a quick thanks, you say, "I couldn't have done this without your help." Your attention to detail really made a difference. This kind of specific, heartfelt appreciation not only uplifts the other person, but also deepens your connection. They'll remember how valued you made them feel. Expressing gratitude isn't just for big moments. It's equally powerful in the small, everyday interactions. Whether it's thanking a barista for their friendly service, acknowledging a family member's support, or even appreciating a friend's listening ear, these moments of gratitude ripple outward, strengthening your bonds. But what if showing appreciation doesn't come naturally? Like any Stoic practice, it's a skill that can be developed. Start by paying attention. Each day, make it a point to notice 3 things others do for you, big or small, and express your gratitude. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, transforming not just your relationships, but your entire outlook on life. The impact of genuine appreciation goes beyond the immediate moment. People who feel valued in your presence will naturally crave more of it. Your absence will be felt because it leaves a void where warmth and recognition once thrived. Take a moment now to reflect. Who in your life deserves more appreciation? How can you express it in a way that feels authentic? Next, we'll explore another key to building stronger connections: the art of mindful listening. 5. Practice mindful listening. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, how often do we truly listen? Not just hear the words, but fully engage with the speaker's thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Stoicism challenges us to listen twice as much as we speak, echoing Epictetus' wisdom. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Mindful listening transforms ordinary conversations into profound connections. When you listen deeply, you make the other person feel seen and valued. This isn't about passively nodding along, it's an active, intentional practice that requires your full attention. Picture a conversation with a close friend. They're sharing something important, perhaps a personal challenge or a dream they're pursuing. Instead of interrupting or offering solutions, you lean in, maintain eye contact, and respond with thoughtful questions like, "How does that make you feel?" Or "What do you think you'll do next?" This simple shift from speaking to listening creates a space where the other person feels safe and understood. But mindful listening isn't just about being silent. It's about being present. How often do we let distractions, our phones, our thoughts, or external noise pull us away from the moment? When you set these aside and give someone your undivided attention, you signal that their words matter. This kind of presence is rare and deeply impactful. Here's an exercise to try. In your next conversation, focus entirely on the speaker. Resist the urge to plan your response while they're talking. Instead, absorb their words, watch their body language, and acknowledge their feelings. Notice how this changes the dynamic of the interaction. You may find that people open up more, seeking your company because they know they'll be truly heard. Mindful listening also enhances your own understanding. When you listen without judgment or the need to reply immediately, you gain deeper insights into others' perspectives. This not only improves your relationships, but also helps you grow as a person, aligning with the Stoic pursuit of wisdom. Let's make this a community practice. In the comments, share a recent experience where mindful listening made a difference in your life. Did it deepen a connection or resolve a misunderstanding? Your stories inspire others to embrace this transformative habit. And if this principle resonates with you, give this video a like to help spread the power of Stoic listening. Now that we've explored the art of listening, let's turn to a principle that makes your words just as powerful as your silence: thoughtful communication. 6. Lead by example. What speaks louder? Your words or your actions? In the Stoic tradition, the answer is clear: actions define who you are. As Epictetus famously said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. To lead by example is to live in alignment with your values, showing rather than telling. It's through your consistent behavior that you inspire others and leave a lasting impression. Think about the people you admire most. What draws you to them? Often, it's not what they say, but how they live. Their integrity, resilience, and calm in the face of adversity stand as silent lessons. This is the power of leading by example. It creates a ripple effect, influencing others without a single word. Let's say you're in a leadership role at work. During a crisis, instead of panicking or placing blame, you approach the situation with a calm, problem-solving mindset. Your team sees this and begins to mirror your composure. In that moment, you've demonstrated the Stoic virtue of courage and temperance, leading not through commands but through action. But leadership isn't confined to the workplace. In your personal life, every small act, showing kindness, maintaining patience, or practicing self-discipline, sets a precedent for those around you. Children, friends, and colleagues observe and learn from your example. They see the strength in your consistency and the wisdom in your restraint. Leading by example also means holding yourself accountable. Are your actions aligned with your values? When you make a mistake, do you own up to it and strive to do better? Stoicism teaches us to embrace these moments as opportunities for growth. By doing so, you not only improve yourself but also demonstrate to others the importance of self-awareness and humility. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. In what ways are you already leading by example? And where might you need to improve? By living your values, you become a source of inspiration, someone whose presence is missed and whose absence is felt. As we continue, let's explore another essential principle for cultivating a powerful presence: displaying consistent integrity. 7. Display consistent integrity. Integrity is the cornerstone of trust. It's not just about being honest, it's about being consistent in your values and actions, no matter the circumstances. Imagine living a life where people know they can depend on you because your principles don't waver. This is the kind of strength that Stoicism encourages us to cultivate. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. B1 Marcus Aurelius reminds us, integrity means embodying your values in every situation, whether in public or in private, whether under praise or under pressure. When you live with integrity, your words and actions align seamlessly, creating a sense of reliability and trustworthiness. Consider this scenario. You're faced with a difficult decision at work. There's an easy option that compromises your principles and a harder one that stays true to your values. Choosing the latter, even when no one is watching, demonstrates integrity. Over time, these small, consistent choices build a reputation of trust. People come to rely on you, knowing that your word carries weight and your actions are guided by a moral compass. Integrity also enhances your relationships. When people know you as someone who consistently lives by their values, they feel safe in your presence. They trust your intentions and respect your opinions. This trust deepens connections, making your company not just appreciated but sought after. Yet maintaining integrity isn't always easy. It requires self-awareness and the courage to make difficult choices. Stoicism equips us for this challenge by encouraging regular self-reflection. Are your daily actions aligned with your principles? When faced with temptation or adversity, how do you respond? These questions help you stay on course, ensuring that your actions reflect your highest values. Integrity, once established, becomes a quiet force. Even in your absence, your reputation speaks for you. People remember your consistency, and your influence continues to resonate. Now, think about your own life. In what ways are you already demonstrating integrity? Where might you need to strengthen your resolve? Reflect on these questions as we move forward to our next principle, which explores the power of resilience in shaping your character and presence. 8. Develop personal resilience. Life is unpredictable, filled with challenges and setbacks. How we respond to these difficulties defines our character. Stoicism teaches us to view adversity not as a curse, but as an opportunity to grow stronger. Seneca wisely said, "Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men." Personal resilience is forged in the crucible of life's hardships, and through resilience, we become unshakable. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain or hardship. It's about facing them head-on and emerging stronger. Imagine losing a job or experiencing a personal failure. A non-Stoic might dwell on the injustice or wallow in self-pity. A Stoic, however, would pause, reflect, and ask, what can I learn from this? How can this setback prepare me for future challenges? Take, for example, a professional setback. You miss out on a promotion you worked hard for. The Stoic response isn't to suppress disappointment, but to channel it constructively. You might reflect on areas for growth, seek feedback, and refine your skills. In time, you become not only more capable but also more resilient in the face of future disappointments. Building resilience starts with shifting your mindset. Understand that life's challenges are inevitable, but suffering is optional. By reframing difficulties as opportunities for growth, you transform obstacles into stepping stones. This mindset doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you someone others look to for guidance and support during tough times. Resilient people have a presence that's hard to ignore. Their calm in the face of adversity inspires confidence. Others are drawn to their steady energy, seeking their counsel and companionship. Even in your absence, your resilience leaves a lasting impression, reminding people of your strength and wisdom. As you cultivate resilience, remember that it's a practice, not a destination. Each challenge you face offers a chance to strengthen your inner fortitude. What recent adversity have you overcome? How did it shape you? Reflect on these experiences as we transition to our next principle, the art of thoughtful communication. 9. Promote thoughtful communication. Words have immense power. They can build bridges, foster understanding, and inspire change. But careless or thoughtless words can just as easily create rifts and misunderstandings. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of speaking with purpose and clarity. As Marcus Aurelius advised, let your words be few and well considered. Thoughtful communication is about more than just saying the right things. It's about ensuring your words align with your values and resonate deeply with others. Imagine you're in a discussion about a contentious topic. Instead of reacting impulsively or dominating the conversation, you take a moment to reflect. You choose your words carefully, ensuring they're clear, respectful, and constructive. This approach not only prevents unnecessary conflict, but also elevates the conversation, inviting deeper engagement. Thoughtful communication involves 3 key practices: clarity, brevity, and empathy. Clarity ensures your message is understood. Before you speak, ask yourself, what is my main point? How can I express it clearly? Brevity respects the listener's time and keeps your message focused. Empathy, perhaps the most crucial, acknowledges the emotions and perspectives of others. It's about speaking not just to be heard, but to connect. Consider the impact of thoughtful communication in your relationships. When you speak with intention, people feel respected and valued. They're more likely to listen, engage, and remember what you've said. Over time, this builds trust and strengthens your connections, making your presence impactful and your absence notable. But thoughtful communication isn't just about spoken words. It applies equally to written communication, emails, texts, or even social media posts. Before hitting send, take a moment to reflect. Is your message clear? Does it align with your values? How might the recipient interpret it? This practice ensures your written words carry the same weight and thoughtfulness as your spoken ones. The next time you find yourself in a conversation, challenge yourself to pause before you speak. Reflect on your words and observe how thoughtful communication transforms the interaction. If you've experienced the power of thoughtful words, share your story in the comments below. How did it impact your relationships? Let's continue to grow together as we explore the next principle, the strategic use of your presence. 10. Exercise discretion in presence. Do you need to be everywhere, all the time, to make an impact? Stoicism teaches us the value of balance, knowing when to step forward and when to step back. Epictetus reminds us, if you wish to be loved, love. But love, like presence, gains depth through thoughtful discretion. Being selective about where and when you show up makes your presence more meaningful and, paradoxically, more desired. Imagine you're part of a group that meets regularly, perhaps a professional network or a social circle. If you're present at every meeting, contributing constantly, your presence may start to feel routine. But if you strategically choose which gatherings to attend, ensuring that your contributions are impactful, people begin to notice. They anticipate your input and feel your absence more keenly when you're not there. Exercising discretion isn't about being aloof or unengaged. It's about understanding the value of scarcity. Your time and attention are precious, and when you treat them as such, others will too. This doesn't mean withholding your presence to manipulate others. Instead, it's about recognizing when your involvement adds the most value and when stepping back allows others to grow. Consider a scenario at work where you're leading a project. You've built a strong, capable team, and now it's time to let them take the reins. By stepping back, you demonstrate trust in their abilities, empowering them while reserving your presence for critical moments. This strategic absence makes your input more impactful and your guidance more appreciated. In personal relationships, discretion in presence can strengthen bonds. For example, in a close friendship, constantly being available can sometimes dull the connection. But by giving each other space, you allow the relationship to breathe and grow. When you do reconnect, the time spent together feels more meaningful and enriching. Ask yourself, are there areas in your life where you're overextending your presence? How might exercising discretion enhance the quality of your engagements? Reflect on this as we move to the next principle, where we explore the power of leading through introspection and reflection. 11. Encourage reflection. Have you ever left a conversation feeling truly seen, as if the other person helped you uncover insights about yourself? This is the gift of encouraging reflection, a cornerstone of meaningful engagement in Stoicism. When we create space for others to reflect on their thoughts and actions, we deepen our connections and leave a lasting impact. Reflection is a powerful tool for growth. Epictetus taught, "Don't just say you have read books, show that through them you have learned to think better." By guiding others to think more deeply, you help them uncover their own wisdom and clarity. Imagine how much more impactful your presence becomes when people associate you with personal growth and insight. Let's consider a simple yet powerful interaction. A friend comes to you for advice about a difficult decision. Instead of offering immediate solutions, you ask thoughtful questions. What do you think is driving your hesitation? Or how does this align with your long-term goals? These questions prompt introspection, encouraging them to find their own answers. They leave the conversation feeling empowered and grateful for your thoughtful guidance. Encouraging reflection isn't limited to one-on-one interactions. In group settings, you can foster a reflective atmosphere by posing open-ended questions. For example, during a team meeting, instead of simply reviewing outcomes, you might ask, "What lessons can we take from this project?" Or "How can we apply these insights moving forward?" This approach not only enriches the discussion but also positions you as a thoughtful leader. The beauty of encouraging reflection is that its impact lingers. Long after the conversation ends, people continue to ponder your questions, associating your presence with wisdom and depth. Even in your absence, your influence remains, as your thoughtful guidance helps shape their decisions and perspectives. As we near the final principle, think about a time when someone helped you reflect deeply. How did it change your perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this reflective dialogue alive. Now, let's turn to the last, yet perhaps the most transformative principle, engaging with purpose. 12. Engage with purpose. Every interaction has the potential to be meaningful if we approach it with intention. Stoicism reminds us to act with purpose in all things, and this includes our conversations and relationships. As Seneca said, "Let all your efforts be directed to something, let it keep that end in view." Purposeful engagement ensures that every moment you spend with others leaves a lasting impression. Purposeful engagement means going beyond surface-level interactions. It's about making each conversation count, whether it's a quick chat with a colleague or a heart-to-heart with a loved one. When you approach every interaction with a clear aim, be it to learn, support, or simply connect, you bring depth and significance to your relationships. Picture yourself at a networking event. Instead of engaging in small talk, you ask meaningful questions. What's the most exciting project you're working on right now? Or what inspired you to pursue your career path? These questions not only reveal valuable insights but also demonstrate your genuine interest, making the interaction memorable and impactful. Engaging with purpose also means being mindful of the energy you bring to each situation. Are you fully present or are you distracted? Are your words aligned with your values? Purposeful engagement requires you to be intentional with both your time and attention, ensuring that every interaction reflects your true self. The effects of this practice are profound. People begin to see you as someone who adds value to their lives, someone whose presence enriches every conversation. Your interactions become something they look forward to, and your absence is felt more deeply because of the significance you bring. As we conclude this journey through Stoic principles, take a moment to reflect on your own engagement. How can you bring more purpose into your daily interactions? Share your thoughts, experiences, or any insights you've gained from this video in the comments below. Mastering these 12 techniques rooted in Stoicism will transform your relationships and your life. By cultivating self-sufficiency, mastering your emotions, and leading by example, you create a presence that's not just noticed but deeply valued. Through thoughtful communication, resilience, and purposeful engagement, you foster connections that thrive even in your absence. If these principles resonate with you, show your support by liking this video, sharing it with someone who could benefit, and subscribing to our channel for more Stoic insights. Let's build a community of thoughtful, resilient individuals committed to growth and meaningful connection. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May your presence be a beacon of wisdom and strength.